Hi, my name is Christina and this is a Joice crochet guide. In this guide, I will show you how to crochet a braided bag. It's a gorgeous flap bag with a refined look. It's a bag that gets noticed everywhere I go. My guide is comprehensive and takes you from start to finish step by step. You can buy everything you need to crochet this bag as a complete package in my online shop at Joice, where I sell yarn and accessories for crocheted bags. Hope you will like the video and subscribe to my channel, it really helps a lot. We will need 3 spools of yarn. I use high quality t-shirt yarn in 100% cotton. It is made from primary textiles and thus not from fabric scraps. It also doesn't contain elastane. You can read more about t-shirt yarn at Joice. A crochet hook, I use size 6. Depending on how firm you crochet, you have to judge for yourself if you need a crochet hook in size 6, 7 or 8. A smaller crochet hook to hide ends, a knitting needle, 2 Carabiner rings for the shoulder chain, two magnetic buttons, stitch markers, a metal shoulder chain, scissors. Let's get started. The bag's flap consists of crocheted ribbons, which are made individually. We will crochet 4 long and 5 short ribbons, which will later be braided and sewn together. Start by stretching the yarn a little, as this will make the bag hold its shape better. Make a loop. Make 26 chains. We need to crochet under the back of the stitch. Start from the second stitch from the hook. Insert the hook under the back of the stitch, hook the yarn and pull it through all loops. Insert the hook into the next stitch and make another slip stitch. Continue making slip stitches until you reach the end of the row. You need to crochet a total of 25 stitches. Remember to also crochet the last stitch when you reach the end of the row. It can be easy to overlook. This one here. We have now made the first row of one of the long ribbons. Make a chain and turn your subject over. Now we need to crochet the second row. From here we must crochet under the backstitch link. Insert the hook into the second stitch from the hook, hook the yarn and make a slip stitch. Please note that you must only insert the hook under the backstitch link. Crochet to the end of the row. You must make a chain every time you go up to the next row. Make 5 more rows. We need 7 rows in total. Have now made 7 rows and we only need to hide the ends before the first ribbon is finished. My ribbon is 22 cm long and 5 cm wide. Cut the yarn and pull it through the loop. Hide the ends with a smaller crochet hook. You must now make another 3 long ribbons with 25 stitches. We have now made 4 long ribbons. Now we have to crochet the 5 short ribbons. Make a loop. Make 21 chains. Do as we did with the long ribbons. Make slip stitches under the back of the stitch. Make a slip stitch in the second stitch from the hook. Continue making 19 slip stitches to the end of the row. We now need a total of 20 stitches in each row. We have now made 20 slip stitches and have finished the first row. Create a chain and flip your subject. We will now crochet the second row. We must crochet in the same way as we did with the long ribbons, but only crochet 20 stitches in each row. You must insert the hook under the backstitch link when making slip stitches. Continue crocheting in this way until you have 7 rows. We have now crocheted 7 rows and our first short ribbon is finished. Cut the yarn and pull it through the loop. Now we have to hide the ends again. The first short ribbon is done. Have to make 4 more of these. Have now made 5 short ribbons and 4 long ribbons. Let's connect them. Place the short ribbon over the long so that the corners overlap. Count forward 5 stitches on the top ribbon. Place a marker on the 5th stitch. Count 5 stitches on the long ribbon and put a marker on the 5th stitch. Now we have to crochet the 2 ribbons together. We start in the right corner and crochet counterclockwise. Insert the hook under the backstitch link on the upper ribbon and further into the first stitch on the lower ribbon. Hook the yarn and pull it through. Create a chain. We need to crochet 4 more stitches on this piece. Insert the hook under the backstitch link and further. Hook the yarn and make a slip stitch. Make slip stitches until you reach the stitch marker. Make the last 5th stitch on this piece. Now add the next ribbon. Count forward 5 stitches and put a marker on the 5th stitch. Place this ribbon over the short ribbon as I show here. Now we have to crochet the 2 ribbons together. Insert the crochet hook into the first stitch on the top ribbon and further under the backstitch link on the bottom ribbon. Hook the yarn and make a slip stitch. Make slip stitches on this piece until you reach the stitch marker. Make the last 5th stitch on this piece. Now we have to add the 3rd long ribbon. It must now lie under the short ribbon. Again, count forward 5 stitches and put a marker on the 5th stitch. Make 5 slip stitches as we did earlier with the first long ribbon. Now we have to crochet the last 4th long ribbon on the short ribbon. The long one must be at the top. Again, count forward 5 stitches and put a marker on the 5th stitch. Place the long piece on top and attach it with the stitch marker. If it is difficult to insert the hook into the stitch, you can widen the hole with scissors. Make another 5 slip stitches. Now the first part of the flap bag is ready and the 4 long ribbons have been attached. Make a chain to get to the next side. The long ribbons are 25 stitches long and we must therefore crochet 5 stitches for each short ribbon. Count forward 5 stitches and insert a marker. Count forward 5 more stitches and insert a marker again. Do this to the end of the ribbon. We have now marked where the short ribbons are to be attached. Make 5 slip stitches just like we did on the short link. Take the next short ribbon and place it on top. Now you can start braiding the ribbons and you don't need to be nervous if they are a little crooked at this stage. It will all adjust when we have finished crocheting all the way around. Continue with the next 3 ribbons. Make a slip stitch to get to the next side. The second side is finished. Again, count 5 stitches forward on each piece and braid the pieces when you crochet them together. Continue crocheting all the ribbons together with slip stitches. You must have 20 stitches on the short sides and 25 stitches on the long sides. See you when we've crocheted the last 2 sides. The flap is done. When I had crocheted it all together, I discovered that I had braided incorrectly. Nice, Christina. Fortunately, I hadn't messed up until I crocheted the last side, so I didn't have to pull too much apart. We must now crochet the last 5 stitches of the flap. Now it looks right. The flap is almost done. You can stretch a little here and there to straighten the flap. Hide the loose ends. I use a size 3.5 crochet hook for this. Take care that you hide the ends under stitches on the wrong side. You can tell the wrong side by its small horizontal ribbons. The right side instead has this fine braid. Cut the thread approximately 10 cm from the flap. Pull the end all the way through the chain. Hide the end under stitches on the wrong side. Now the flap is completely finished. We now have to crochet the body of the bag. We have 26 stitches on the long piece. We need to make 4 reductions to ensure that our long piece won't be wider than the flap. Put a marker on the first and the last stitch. Put a 3rd and 4th marker in the middle of the 2nd and 4th ribbons. In these 4 stitches we will make decreases, that way we avoid the long piece being too wide. The flap must lie with its wrong side facing you. You should therefore see the horizontal ribbons and not the fine braid. We'll now use our yarn. Start from the right side and insert the hook under both stitch links. Hook the yarn and make a chain. Insert the hook into the next stitch, hook the yarn and pull it through all loops. This is a decrease. A decrease is 2 stitches which are crocheted together. Make regular single crochets until you reach the next marker. When we get to the next marker, we have to make another decrease. Insert the hook into the next stitch, hook the yarn around and pull it through. You now have 2 loops on your hook. Insert the hook into the next stitch, hook the yarn around and pull it through. You now have 3 loops on your hook. Hook the yarn and crochet the 3 loops together. Continue making single crochets until you reach the next marker. We are going to make the 3rd decrease. Make single crochets until you reach the final stitch marker. We now have 2 stitches left and we have to make the last decrease. We have now crocheted the first row of the long piece and have made 4 decreases. If you have followed the guide to the letter, you should have 22 stitches after we have reduced the number of stitches by 4. Make a chain and turn the flap so that the right side is facing you. Now we have to crochet the second row of the long piece of the bag. When we crochet this row, we only have to insert the hook under the backstitch link. Insert the hook under the backstitch link and make a single crochet. Make single crochets in the backstitch link until you reach the end of the row. This will form an elegant row of horizontal stitches. Make a chain and turn the flap over again. Now we have to crochet the third row in the same way as the second. Insert the hook under the backstitch link and further under the small horizontal ribbon which was formed when we made the second row. Insert the hook as I show here and make a single crochet. Insert the hook into the next stitch and crochet a single crochet again. Continue making single crochets under the backstitch link and the back of the stitch until you reach the end of the row. You must make sure that you also crochet in the last stitch as it is easy to overlook. After this, you must again make a chain to get to the next row. We have now made 22 single crochets. Turn the flap. You must again insert the hook under the backstitch link and the back of the stitch. Make a single crochet. You need to insert the hook here. Continue making rows this way until the body is approximately 33 cm long. Each row must have 22 single crochets and one chain at the end to get to the next row. Have now made the long piece. With the flaps right side facing you, you should have 26 rows of ribbons. One, 2, 3, 26. If you don't have 26, you must crochet further or pull apart. The long piece is 33 centimeters long, but if you have a little more or a little less, it doesn't matter. The bag is now starting to take its shape. Let's crochet the sides. Start by unwinding 1.5 meters of yarn from your spool. This piece will hang loose for now and will later be used when we have to sew on the sides of the bag. Stretch the yarn continuously as you go. Start crocheting from here. Make a loop. Make 6 chains. Start from the second stitch from the hook. We now have to crochet single crochets under this horizontal ribbon. Insert the hook under the back of the stitch in the second stitch from the hook and make a single crochet. Make 4 more single crochets in this way. Have now made 5 single crochets. Make a chain to get to the second row. In the second row, we must make single crochets under the back stitch link. Make 5 single crochets. Make a chain to get to the next row. Now we need to crochet our third row. In this row we must insert the crochet hook under the back horizontal stitch link and the horizontal ribbon which was formed in the previous row. Insert the crochet hook and make a single crochet. Make 4 more single crochets. Make a chain to get to the next row. We must again make 5 single crochets under the back stitch link and the horizontal ribbon which was formed in the previous row. Make a chain to get to the next row. Continue making rows of 5 single crochets under the back stitch link and the horizontal ribbon. Make chains to get to the next row. Stop when you have 9 ribbons of the same kind as those on the body. Now have 9 ribbons. Only missing cutting the yarn and hide the end to finish the side. You only have to hide the yarn end which is attached to the spool. Do not cut the yarn of approximately 1.5 meter that we unspooled in the beginning. We need it later. Pull up the loop a little and cut the yarn. Pull the end through. Hide the end with a smaller crochet hook. You need to make the other side in the same manner. Check if your sides match the body of the bag. If the ribbons are too close or too far apart, it is because you have not crocheted the body and sides equally firm. Let's sew them on. You must place your bag with the right side facing you. The right side has this nice braid. Now we have to mark the back, bottom and front of the bag behind the flap. Count 9 ribbons. Put 2 markers on the 9th ribbon. This piece will become the front of the bag behind the flap. Count 7 ribbons and attach another 2 markers. This part is the bottom of the bag. Count another 9 ribbons and attach another 2 markers. This part is the back of the bag. This row is not inside the markings as it will be part of the flap. Turn your bag with its wrong side facing upward. We now need one of the sides we made earlier. Cut the end diagonally as I show here. Grab a knitting needle and put the end through. Hold the side by the edge of the bag so that the ribbons line up. Insert the hook into the first stitch on the edge of the bag and pull the knitting needle through. Insert the hook into the first stitch on the side again and pull it through. Insert the hook into the same first stitch on the edge of the bag again and pull the yarn all the way through. Now we have to go through this. Insert the hook into the next stitch on the side and further through the matching stitch on the edge of the bag. Continue to attach the side this way until you reach the marker. If the connection seems a little loose, you can tighten it up as you go on. You also have to crochet through the stitch with the marker. Tighten again if necessary. We have now attached the first part. Now we have to attach the bottom. Insert the needle here. and continue through the next free stitch on the edge of the bag. Insert the needle into this stitch on the side again and continue into the next free stitch on the edge of the bag. The side's corner stitch must therefore be sewn together with 2 stitches on the edge of the bag. The next 3 stitches on the side must be sewn together with 3 stitches on the edge of the bag. Apologies for the poor video quality in this section. We are now at a corner stitch again. As with the previous one, we need to go through this 2 times to attach it to the next 2 stitches on the edge of the bag. First time, tighten up, insert the hook through the corner stitch again and continue through the next stitch on the edge of the bag. Now we have to sew on the last 9 stitches in the usual way. Tighten continuously. We now have to sew the last stitches together. Sew together once, then another time. The first side is now attached. Hide the end under stitches inside the bag and cut off the rest of the yarn. Now attach the other side in the same way as the first. Both sides are now attached. Check that everything looks symmetrical. Let's add the magnetic buttons. Make sure the flap is positioned correctly. It shouldn't be too short or too long in the relation to the rest of the bag. If necessary, stretch the flap a little so that it closes better. Perfect! By now you should have figured out roughly where the magnetic buttons should be sewn on. I've put a few markers on as a sort of guideline. Now have to sew the magnetic buttons on the inside of the flap and the inside front of the bag. Open the magnetic button. Grab a needle and sewing thread in a color that matches the bag. Sew the male part of one magnetic button onto the flap. And the female part on the inside front of the bag. Check that the sides and bottom match the flap well before continuing. This part can be a bit of a hassle, and it may therefore be necessary to redo it a few times to make it perfect. Repeat the same process for the other button. Now the buttons are attached nicely and the bag is almost finished. Let's put on carabiner rings and chain. The bag is done. You can use the bag as is, but you can also sew it a lining or make a tassel if you want. You can find a guide on how to make a tassel in my crochet guide for La Petite. Thanks for watching.